Welcome to the Truthers Podcast, dude. How you doing, dude?
Dude, I'm good.
So, I did like what I just said, though, which is that there's no we're all conspiracy theorists
Yes.
because there's no such thing as an objective truth. The only objective truth is death.
I think that's deep, and I think that I can agree with that because what the fuck is real? I don't know. I mean, we've been told every day, like, they even say that is this the reality that I'm really living? They say there's many planes of existence. There could be another lifetime, like another plane of existence. I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
Maybe I've created, I'm just like stuck in this matrix at this moment.
Right.
Stuck in the freaking matrix. That's the
But
problem.
do you like this plane
No.
that you're in?
No. I'm not going to
Damn.
lie.
You know, would you say you're a conspiracy theorist?
I mean, I think that I'm open, but I'm not like the person that's just like so far gone that you're like, dude, come on, come back to reality.
I mean,
But I do think you should question. I think that we need more skills in critical thinking and the fact of, I don't want someone telling me their freaking belief and that I got to believe it myself. It's
Yeah.
kind of like with religion. I'm not putting religion down, all right? I was a Catholic, what have you. But my thing is, whatever religion
you are a Catholic, dude. Just
I don't know.
you know what? Come on, like the way you talk.
But the way I look at it is this, like when people, like they say, I'll say because I'm Catholic, so I can't attack anything else. Someone talks about the Bible and if you haven't read it yourself, because some people just love to throw out Proverbs and Psalms and shit, whatever. And they're like, well, that's the lesson, but it's like, whatever. But if you have not read it yourself and gotten your own message from it, I don't want to hear it. That's the point. You should know whatever you're being taught, read it for yourself. And once again, that's also coming from a skewed viewpoint. Who wrote the Bible? But let's not get on that.
I mean, you're calling like Catholicism like a conspiracy theory, but you believe in astrology. Like, you are a conspiracy theorist.
I don't know. I like that you said that.
You've used "I'm a Libra" to make a point 3 times already before we even started this.
I am a Libra.
I think you're a conspiracy theorist.
You know what? Maybe I need to. I'm going to talk to my therapist about that.
Dude, is your therapist also into that bullshit?
Not at all.
Yeah, dude.
But the fact that I'm thinking, like, you know what? Maybe this is a whole awakening for me. A whole new world. It's a whole new me. You know, I'm 53. I'm growing too. I'm evolving.
Dude,
so it's
you're
good
older than my parents. You know that?
Yeah, I believe it.
You're an old lady.
Yeah, well, you know what? Age ain't nothing but a number. Remember, age is a state of mind, my friend. Oh, I saw that, bitch. I gavolt. All right.
What?
Well, I don't know. I just, you you having your coffee over there?
Yeah, and you're not because
No, I don't do
because
caffeine.
I don't respect.
Well, people think that if you're decaffeinated, what's the point of drinking coffee?
Dude, she was like, I said, you want coffee? She goes, decaffeinated with almond milk. I don't have any of those things, dude. Who does? I've never.
forgot where
Look
you
at
were.
look where I am. I live in a van. You think out of all the minimal things that I have in here, that I have decaf coffee and
Next
almond
time
milk?
you should. All right. The fact that if you're going to offer somebody something, this is my point.
I said
You're
I offered you coffee and then you got specific. Like,
well, this is LA, bitch. And also, I'm older, okay? I know what I want. I'm a woman that knows what she wants.
you know what you want, but you haven't had sex for 24 years.
25 years.
25.
Let's
okay,
clarify
okay,
this.
dude. All right. So this lady over here.
Lady.
The most interesting thing about this beautiful woman.
I think there's more.
Look
but
at her.
That's okay.
Okay. There's a lot more interesting things about her, but look at her real quick. All right. Don't look at the flannel and the man's jacket. She's not a butch lesbian, but she has been celibate for 25 years. What the hell does celibate mean? That's what I want to know first because I forgot. I don't really listen when you talk.
I noticed that. Oh my God, that laugh. It's like Bill and Ted in here.
What's
I'm
Bill
Bill
and-
and Ted's grandmother at this point.
I don't
Yeah, I
know
could
that.
be. Yeah, you don't know Bill and Ted? You've never been compared to the movie Bill and Ted's
What's Bill
Excellent
and Ted?
Adventure? All right, look it up. All right, we're talking about celibacy, abstinence from sex, right?
Abstinent, but is it like a choice to be?
For me, now this is the thing. I think this is a very important topic to discuss because there is the incel people, right, that say that they aren't having sex because no one finds them attractive and it's not their choice. So they're very angry about it. I'm not that, and nor do I care to give them any credence. So it's none of my celibacy is by choice. And, I think it's important to talk about celibacy and to normalize it because there are people that are just abstaining because they haven't met somebody they really want to get down and dirty with. Because at the end of the day, let me tell you something.
So-
Yeah, go ahead.
So is that you?
Well, this is the thing. You go so long without it, right? And I did a lot of work on myself. You know what I'm saying? But not only that, I mean, honestly, doing a lot of spiritual work. So
Yeah.
I'm all into the journey, becoming a better me. Also, trying to heal wounds and shit that I've caused or received here in the human existence. So,
Okay.
as a spiritual being having a human existence, right? That's how I believe we are. I believe we're all spirit. We're having a human existence. And part of humanity, yes, is indulging in the pleasures of life, whether it be drinking, which I do not drink, whether it be smoking, which I do not do, whether it's doing drugs.
So she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke,
Don't
she
do
doesn't have
drugs.
sex. She's not living. She doesn't have
But
fun.
that's the
This is-
difference. You think it's not living.
No,
but
no,
I
I don't do any of
question.
those either. I don't do any.
Right, but the thing is this. We are going through life clear, motherfucker. That's the point.
And-
We are not numbing ourselves, and sex is another tool that
Yes.
distracts you, right?
Dopamine.
And the thing is, if you really want to get clear on your journey and to know who you truly are and to get where you want to be, just whether it's spiritually or even in your ego life,
Yes.
getting success, you
Yes.
you don't need to
Wow.
numb yourself with the
Right.
drinking, the drugs, the sex, and the food. Like, I don't even
Right.
eat chicken pork, and I'm not saying everybody has to do this. Trust me right now. I want people to know it's not a judgment thing. I believe we all have our own freaking journey to live. So what I'm doing is good for me.
Yeah.
It's not about you, that person, and what you're thinking about me. This is about how I choose to live. But I will say this, those of us that are choosing to do this also are kind of like, I'm on this journey and I'm not going to allow society's rules or the BS they keep selling us, because sex is everywhere, right?
Mhm.
Everything's about sex, is it not? It is. Are you there with me? You
Marketing,
zone out.
advertisement.
Everything.
No, I'm agreeing with you because I really like what you said about the two different lives. I really like what you said, how we all have like this ego life where which has to do with like objective success and numbing ourselves from life and things so that we can meet others' expectations, society's expectations of how to live. And then there's this life where you completely eliminate everything and you can kind of see like another like pathway, and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't know there was a world outside of the bullshit that we've invented. And look, I haven't had sex as long as you are, and I think
You're so much younger
okay,
than me.
so I've probably had the same amount of percentage of a lifetime of not sex as you, because you're like 100.
Yes, I am
But-
100, but I've held up well.
I will say this: there's two reasons why you haven't had sex for this long, I believe, and I feel like that's one reason. This is like the reason you tell yourself.
Okay.
But there's also, I feel like you're also, maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably right, but there's the possibility that something happened that you're insecure about that you haven't come back to, because you told me that you're like, I'm waiting for the right person. I haven't found the right person.
No,
I'm waiting.
I think that when you wait this long, though, or you've gone so long, what is the point of just giving your shit away? Because this is my other thing. We are energy. And then when you have sex with somebody, remember, we are exchanging energy right now. We're always exchanging energy with people. When you're having sex with somebody, you are having the most intimate exchange of energy. That shit, and they've done studies, is on you for a few weeks. So the thing is, and I don't care if you're into one-night stands, this is literally just you're wearing that person's energy. And if that energy is crap, my friend, I got my own energy to deal with. And I try to keep my energy as clean and pure as I can for myself, that at this point, it's just, I don't need to just go and have a doink. It doesn't work. I know, that's
I've
such
never
an
even
old
heard that
word.
slang, dude.
A
Dude,
doink.
your slang is like 100 generations older
Of
than mine.
course, because what am I, a Generation Xer? Hello?
Wow,
I mean, I'm
my
over
parent-
a half a century.
I've never heard my parents say doink either. Like,
Yeah.
it sounds like a cartoon thing. Like when things like slam, like when like someone runs into a wall and it's like doink, and you're like, ah, like.
You're right. It's usually boink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a boink too, right? Isn't that the word
The
too?
boink is where you get butt fucked, though, right?
Oh,
So
that
you
I
don't
know,
want to
that's
doink
right,
or
Tom.
boink, pretty much.
No, I think it's at this point.
Yeah. What's
somebody-
at this point? Like,
Well, this
25
point is this. I don't know if I'm even interested at this point, because sometimes I'm kind of like, you know what? You may not meet someone that you want to get down with. And that's okay too, because I think about cellular connection. I don't think it's just like, there we go with the ego shit. It's like, everybody's looking to, who's the hottest person I can be with, the most handsome, the most gorgeous, who's got money, who's going to take care of me, blah, 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 blah. And now it's become a commodity, right? Sex is an exchange. It is.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a difference. The point is, I'm kind of like, I'm not here for that. And I don't know if I'm even going to meet somebody that's going to match my energy, that I'm going to be like, yeah, you're worthy of my shit.
Am I not matching your energy right now?
Dude, bruh, we're not having sex.
Dude, I don't want to have sex with
I
you.
know. But you're like, what do you mean? But by energy, I'm talking about sexually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I'm not matching your sexual energy.
Well, I'm not. Oh, God. Was
Wait,
this a mistake?
Let me say this. Let me say this. How long do you think this is going to continue? You think this is like for the rest of your life?
I don't know. Honestly, that's a question I don't think anybody can answer.
Because
Is it really, I have no idea. I could meet somebody tomorrow and just be like, whoa, this person has got my energy. Like, I really connect with them spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Then the physical part. See, that's what I think about sexual intimacy, is when you've like really connected on every other level, that the highest high is exchanged sexually, because that is because you reach a different type of vibration. You're actually coming together, and that's a beautiful thing physically, right? But there's just you're releasing hormones, right? But it's also like, you can enter a different depth. Imagine being so in tune with someone on every level. Then that last bit is the sexual part, is getting physical, the intimacy. And then it's just like, holy shit, it's mind-blowing. But I don't know if that's realistic.
In a sense, you kind of see it as like a tier, as tiers, like levels. Like, okay, so first we have to meet on like the physical realm, like the physical field, and then like the spiritual, and then the hypothetical. I don't know. And then you get to like the sexual, and that's like the prime. Like if they meet your 3 requirements of like
Well, it's not
spiritual, mental, physical, or something. Not requirements, but like if you connect on like all these levels, then that's where you see the potential of meeting them here.
Correct.
In the
Now,
physical.
you even said something, maybe that I'm insecure, what have you. I don't know. The thing is,
Have you been raped?
no.
Don't?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's the thing.
Oh,
Could have
you don't
childhood
know.
child. I could have childhood trauma I'm trying to work through, but I don't have memories. So that's
You
a
don't
whole
have
other thing.
memories.
There's
How
some.
old are you? No.
Well, memories sometimes get blocked with childhood trauma.
Really?
Yeah, the ego comes in, the brain steps in and protects you.
I got you.
Yes, you know, when you have like an accident, there's certain
Yeah,
things you don't
yeah.
remember. But the point is, it's not that I'm always questioning. People question me like you, like, why? I will say this, though. I posted a video a few months ago saying, tell me something about yourself that no one would ever, know about you. And I was like, I've been celibate 25 years. Do you know there was like men that responded to that than women, telling their truth, literally saying, I've been celibate 3 years, 10 years, 15 years. I haven't met someone I want to be intimate.
Some of those guys are just like, dude, my dick has not worked this long. I don't even know if I want to give it a shot anymore. Like, I don't know if I want to go through the embarrassment. I don't know if I want my gummy worm dick to just like.
Is that what you're feeling? Or you think? Well, that's my question. You're talking about me. Okay.
You know what? Here, I'll say this.
Yes, you talk.
The last time I had sex, I had sex with this girl who ended up being like a psychopath, and I don't think she's a psychopath anymore. After having more experience with women, I learned that a lot of women are psychopaths, and she's just regular. And
I know you trying to get a rise out of me with that.
I'm being genuinely honest.
You think all women are psychopaths?
I don't think all women are psychopaths. I think there's 3 types of women.
Okay, here we go.
And I'm not gonna explain them, but I will say that this girl specifically, like it was my first time with a girl. This isn't my most recent one, but I was like 15, and she pulled out my pants, and we both just looked at my dick, and it was just like an inch long. Just it actually not only did it not like get longer, I think it actually shrunk. Like I got scared that it just.
Well, did she get aggressive? She pulled down your pants?
Well, she pulled out my pants to suck my dick, and then she couldn't because it was probably just as big as one of my ball sacks. Not that I have multiple ball sacks.
I understand that.
But it was probably when you're like nuts hang, it was probably smaller than the nuts hanging.
Yeah, because I've got nuts and they hang.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen nuts hang like
Yes.
30 years ago or 25
Oh
years
my God,
ago.
It's been so long since But okay, but wait, how
Wait,
old
so
was she?
Wait. So we were the same age. We were both
Okay, so it
15.
wasn't like this older woman that did something like that, because that can be traumatizing.
No, I think what happened after was more traumatizing, and then she like put it on social media, not my dick, but like her like brag. So like she didn't put my dick on social media, but she was
No.
like oh like gummy worm penis, and I was like, dude, fuck. And then ever since then, every time girls ask me for nudes, every time I sent them a dick pic, I always sent them a dick pic of my dick pissing. Because no girl is gonna send around a pissing dick. And if you do, you are a weird girl. All right. Look. I can send you a pissing dick, but that's as far as that's gonna go. Like that's not going anywhere else. Like you're gonna take that pissing dick, you're gonna look at it, you're gonna smile, and then you're gonna frown, and then you're gonna throw it in the garbage can in your phone, and that's as far as it's going. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I sent. All right, you've learned too much about me.
Well, I think this is the problem, my friend, is you grew up in the era of social media,
Yeah.
which is doing its own damage. Now, let's not get it twisted. I'm not that person that doesn't do the gram. I do the gram. And I've got like 40,000 followers, so I'm on
From
it.
what?
Oh,
From
because
cosplay?
no, from literally, dude, I thought I was going to be inspiring older women, right? It's called Over 50 and Fearless, right? So I'm just doing pictures of me because I love hair, makeup, and just dressing up and what have you. And I was like, I'm going to inspire other bitches to just love themselves. Well, it
Yeah.
turns out 95% of my followers are men, and they're not all old men. And
What did you expect?
I'm not naked. I'm not naked.
Dude, you're wearing Star Wars outfits
I'm wearing
and spinning around in them. What do you? Who
Okay.
you think women are looking at you like? I want to be.
No, did you read what was the point of it? I did a fashion. Did you see the reel of the fashion? I did
Okay,
three.
men don't see it that way though. Men see a woman wearing Star Wars and they go, "This is my favorite movie,"
Okay.
and this is
It
one
was
of my.
a onesie, people. It's a freaking onesie, okay? And let's be clear.
That adds to my point.
Onesies are very fashionable. I'm just saying, I should have worn my onesie today with the belt and a jacket. Damn
Yeah.
it. I freaking love my onesie. All right, that's not the point. The point is, where was he going with this? The social media
Where
and
was
your
I
youth.
going with
No,
this?
where was I? Social media and youth. Now, that girl did that to you because you were saying you think that kind of, the gummy worm thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you think that has still residual?
Oh,
that's what
fuck
you're
yeah,
saying.
dude.
See,
Dude,
that's where social media can be the devil. See, that's what it's doing
Wait,
to
like
the
I don't
youth.
think, I don't think the gummy worm penis thing got out of my head, but I'm actually I used to be sad that it happened, but now I'm glad that it happened because
You'll never have another gummy worm again.
no,
Okay.
because the gummy worm doesn't phase me anymore. But not because like I'm like, oh, my dick's not like hard. But now I've learned to like trust my dick more. I'm not gonna go into that because I went into that with on my like one of my podcast episodes.
Okay, sure.
But I will say that I've learned that numbing side, like the what you were saying about like the two lives, like the ego, the numbing, that side, and like the other life where you kind of really see life and you develop like your own perspective. Because I've learned to like define success through my successless life.
I like that. That could be actually your an article or a book.
Dude, my success taught me shit. Let me tell you what it taught me. It taught me this. You told me earlier about like sheeple. I think that the ego success we were saying is I think we're born into a world where we all have this objective form of what success means.
Yep.
We're all told this is what success is, and we're given a blueprint for what it is, and then we're given a blueprint for how to achieve it. All right, this is success. Retirement, big nice car, nice mansion, properties, yada yada yada. How do you get there? All right. You're gonna get there at 65, but in order to get there, let me tell you what you got to do first. First, you got to go to elementary school, then you got to go to middle school, then you got to go to high school. Then once you get out of high school, just so you know, before I say this, everything that we're taught to do in life, everything that we do is just planning for something else in the future. That's why nobody succeeds because they're not really living in the like moment of like the where all the
Present.
abundance is. So like here, look, you go to elementary school to go to middle school, you go to middle school to go to high school, you go to high school to go to college, you go to college to get a job, you get a job to retire, you get to retire to die. So it ends with like absolutely nothing in my eyes. And for me, I saw this and I was like, okay, why is everybody buying into this bullshit? First of all, and second of all, that's the objective success. And what
Capitalism.
I've learned,
It's how they keep you in debt and keep you part of the matrix.
well, that's the crazy person way of saying it, but it is true. But let me tell you this: this is what I found success to be, and this should be success objectively, and I'm so happy to have found it, and I can definitely say that a lot of people are gonna like be like, "Fuck yeah," because this isn't like my form of success. This could be everyone's form of success. I think that success is I think that real success is being able to define your own version of success
Mhm.
despite the objective success that others believe is the real way to succeed. So when you're able to find your own version of success that contradicts everybody else's idea of what success is, and you still live it and pursue it, and you love it and you're happy and you don't give a fuck anymore what everybody else thinks about that, that's when you succeed. And that's why I really admire a lot of people who choose to, pursue lifestyles that aren't really the most successful. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about like homeless people. You know what I mean?
No.
Like
I understand that. No, I know what you're saying.
yeah,
No, I agree with you. That's the point. But you're young and you got the memo. The problem is, like people my age, they're waking up. There's the midlife crisis, right?
right.
You won't know that because you're already on the path of fuck this bullshit that I have been taught, and society is deemed that this is the way to go. But when you are, this is ingrained, right? In the 80s and the 70s, it's all this shit you got to do. And now college means nothing. They want you to have, your PhD, the this, and that's fine if you really want to do that shit. I think that's beautiful. It's just I agree with you about forging your own path because the
Yeah.
beautiful thing about life is it's very. I had this conversation with someone last night, not you, but someone else, and it was like
Another guy?
another guy.
Ooh.
What do you mean? Who?
Did he look like me?
No, it
Was he?
wasn't you. I pay attention. I'm in the presence.
No,
I
I'm
know who it
talking.
was.
I'm talking about the other guy that looked like me.
No, this wasn't you. Actually, this was another conversation about how it's nice when you can step out and be like, you know what? I don't care how much money I have. I'm miserable. And you wake up and you're like, I need to make the change. And I think
Yeah.
the beautiful thing is to be strong enough and secure enough in yourself.
Yes.
That's the point to say, guess what, man?
Yes.
I'm off this fucking Ferris wheel. The hamster wheel.
Yes. She's right as fuck.
Jump off. You know what? We don't know. No one knows. I hate when people think, well, you got to do this. How do you know what my path is going to be? You did this. How many people invest money, they do what is supposed to be done, and they lose all their fortune because shit bottoms out? That happens.
Not even that. It's just
But
like
what I'm saying is people think you got to prepare. Like you said, where each day is a day closer to death. So what do you want to be doing with that frickin' time?
you know what? There's the irony. Let's forget about time for a second.
Which they say is not real.
What
And I'm
if-
trying to figure that out.
You will. But
I
let's
hope
say
so.
this. Let's all say that time was not time. Let's say time was money. All right? So there's 84,000 seconds in a day, right?
Okay.
Let's say there was 84,000. Let's say every day somebody gave you $84,000. And every day that $84,000 was like you can only spend it that day,
Okay.
and then every day at the end of the day you lose all of it,
Okay.
and the next day it's reinvested, you get another $84,000. What would you do with that $84,000 every day? Would you just sit there and do nothing and let it just like go away, or would you spend it, use it, live it, invest
Travel.
it?
Yes. Travel.
You would, right?
Travel.
Well,
Travel.
we get 84,000 seconds in a day.
Beautiful
And how
analogy.
valuable do you use that amount of
That's a beautiful, I love that. That's a beautiful analogy. You're right, because that's how people speak in our friggin' society, unfortunately. Money.
but they waste, they speak that way.
Yes.
But look at my generation. Look at how many look how many people are wasting that 84,000 they're getting every day. There's so much you can do with $84,000. There's so much you can do with 84,000
Well,
seconds.
you can connect with people. This is my thing. I'm a big believer in connecting with human beings,
And you haven't had sex in 25 years.
but I can connect on a different level.
I can see that, and that's why
Yeah.
I you haven't eaten today, huh?
No.
That's why I see success in you, because when I met you, because you have this because look, let's be real, you live in an apartment, right?
Yeah.
Studio, one
Studio.
bedroom, bro. Like on the objective field, you're not
Oh, I'm not killing
successful. You're not killing
it. Honey,
it.
I'm not killing it.
But wait.
Okay.
But look at you now as a person.
Mhm.
Look at the confidence and security that's successful. Because I mean, like, look, I don't know you that well, right? But I feel like just based on what I see, like you figured something out on your own path. The fact that you haven't like looking like that and you haven't had sex for 25 years. Like, do you not go on dates? Nothing?
No. You know, you should tell your viewers to go to my Instagram because they're going to be like, no
Dude,
one's
they're gonna jerk off and shit if they go
Oh
to your
God, that
Instagram.
don't because
go to her
you know what's
Instagram.
really interesting. What's funny is
Dude, wait a minute. That's actually so funny. You haven't had sex in 25 years. Do you know how many guys are on your Instagram page right now as we speak, jerking off to your videos? That's hilarious. You're like, I'm not having sex for 25 years. And this guy's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking.
Yeah, but you know what's the
I'm
problem?
having sex with you right now.
You're right. But the problem is I exude sex because if you look at my pictures, it's kind of scary. And I
Yeah,
think
you do exude sex. That's what
I
I'm
do.
saying.
No, I don't mean to. Do you
Bro,
know, bruh,
look at
let me
you.
tell you, this is sexy
No,
right
you
now.
look like a butch lesbian right now.
Well,
But yesterday,
yeah, but that's, hey, listen, this is another thing. I also believe I can express my masculine and feminine side.
which is
And,
dope.
and this is the point about life, expression of self. Self-expression, your authentic self is what I believe we came here to do. And what happens, we are born, we are shot out, and we come here as perfect little beams of light. But then we're told that there's something wrong with you. You don't look like this. No, don't do this, but do this, do this. And then one day we wake up freaking miserable and we're sickened. Remember, a lot of physical, well, like being unhealthy is really a state of D-I-S, ease, being in a state of dis-ease, meaning you're uneasy, baby. Your life ain't working, so it's coming out, sometimes even physically. Now, mind you, I'm not that theorist that doesn't believe there's not actual physical problems too, okay? There are diseases too, so let's not get crazy.
Right.
I'm not that person. But my thing is, for me, my expression is through my hair, my makeup, my clothing. It is just self-expression because I believe we came here to create. And when we go through the journey of life and we wake up one day and we're like, I'm freaking miserable, you know what we start saying? How do I go? And I go within. You go within. You start meditating. You start getting to a place of, well, what do I really want? What did I come here to do? What is my statement? Does it make a difference? There's 9 billion people on this planet. You know what? Find your own damn statement. Let's not be part of the sheeple. And you awaken, and then you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to express myself the way I need to be. You know, I used to be a pharmaceutical rep
Wait,
in New York City. I used to make the 6 figures and do that and peddle around drugs, okay? So I have done the Matrix. I did do college. I did
The
do all
Matrix.
that.
so in a sense, what you're saying is that the whole process of life is unlearning who
Yes.
you were told to become.
That's beautiful. Yes.
And you say I don't listen.
God, he does. Oh my
But
God.
that's beautiful. You know why? So in a sense, what you're saying is you're kind of with the Gen Zers on the whole gender expression thing.
Absolutely.
Is that sex and gender are not like mutually, or they are mutually exclusive? I don't know these math terms, but they're independent of each other.
Well, that's the
So
thing. Oh, that's
so would you
yes.
say that you're gender fluid? Is that what you identify
Well,
as?
first I'm going to say in my early 20s, which was 3 centuries ago. Not 3 centuries, 3 decades ago. Okay, so that's 30 years ago. My God, 3 centuries. 4 score. And okay, I used to refer to myself as androgynous.
What does that mean?
So androgynous is like having, how do you explain it? They're neither male or female. They're just androgynous. So it's like you don't really identify with either. It's just being androgynous.
It's like being
models.
non-binary now.
Yeah, and that's what's so funny. Last year I was talking to somebody, said, you know, I think in my 20s I probably would have said I was non-binary. And today I don't know what I am. I'm a spirit having a human existence. But I do feel like even if I wanted to have sex, it doesn't make a difference. It would be the person. It's not about man, woman. I wouldn't care. It literally has to be the connection. So I think I've always felt that way.
Interesting.
Well, that's
So
because it's an emotional. It's totally cellular. My soul sees your soul. My spirit sees your soul. It's a homecoming. I think that when you see
Okay.
someone, you see a light. There's light that you gravitate towards, and there's light that you're like repelled by, right? Have you ever walked
Yeah.
into a room and you're like, this shit is funky? I don't like it. I feel off, right? You're like, bad vibes,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Bad
yeah,
vibes.
yeah.
Same thing with people. You meet a person, you're like, whoa, no, this shit is bad. I don't like it. Or you meet someone, you're like, okay, I'm vibing and I'm cool with. That's how I also believe. It's a really cliche saying, that everybody says your vibe attracts your tribe. But that's
I never heard that in my life, but
oh, okay. Well, that's
okay.
it's always on the gram. It's always on the gram. But the thing
I don't
is,
think it's on the gram. I think it's like on the wall, on a poster, back in like the 80s.
no, I didn't, okay, maybe they resurrected it, but I didn't know it until the past couple of years.
On like a bus stop, on one of those like bus stop sign things where there's like a billboard.
And a peace sign.
Yeah.
No, but I think everything is about a vibration.
Okay.
So I love
Maybe
what
that's
you said.
what a vibe is.
Well, that's what your vibe is, right? Your vibe. So saying good vibes, right? Give me good vibrations. I'm thinking of good vibrations. So all that shit,
Oh
they
my
was
God.
talking about this in the 70s. I know. I'm dating myself and have been dating myself for 25 years, and we've grown together.
Would you marry yourself then?
That's so funny because I'm always saying to myself, bitch, you were in so many wedding parties. You donated, you did all that stuff. Where's my
Wait.
wedding? Am I going to marry myself so I can invite people to see me marry myself?
You should.
I know, right? I need to go fund me because I want a big old wedding to myself.
I need to understand this.
Go ahead.
Do you masturbate to yourself?
You know, I do not to myself, but you want to know something?
Mm.
There is, oh my God, I cannot believe you brought this up. Have you, oh my God, what is it called? Now you're going to, I wish we could have looked it up and I should have looked it up. There is a thing, and I forget what it's called. I just saw a video on it like 3-4 months ago where people masturbate to themselves. It's about being in love with yourself, but not narcissistically. They masturbate to themselves. I forget what it's called.
Is it like a new sexuality or something?
It might be. Or just, I think it's, listen, they
you're-
go on dates by themselves too.
But I mean, dates by themselves, that's just like,
No, but then when they
hanging out
masturbate,
alone.
it's to themselves.
so they take themselves on a date and they go home and jerk off. That's pretty much, so it's
Or
pretty
maybe
much
they
just every,
don't leave the house.
so it's pretty much just every man. I guess we're all kind of
Yeah, but you guys
married
aren't
to our,
jerking- but
I
you're
guess
not
we're all
jerking
kind of
off.
sexually, I mean,
But
because
are you picturing yourself when you're jerking off? No.
picturing myself.
They're doing it to themselves,
Wait, so-
meaning they're
but-
like, they're fantasized like they're in love with them, themselves.
But based off what you're saying,
Mm.
are you pansexual then?
I would probably think that, or maybe Demi. 'Cause
What does that
Demi's
mean?
Demi
Yeah.
is about energy.
Like you like Demi Lovato?
I do think she's talented.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
she
what,
had her
what is
phase.
demisexual though?
Demisexual, if I'm not incorrect, is about energy. Like you can't even, wait, no. It's about, if I don't feel the connection with you, I can't get that. I can't have the sex with you.
Oh
so I
wait,
need to
then,
connect
then
on
I'm
you.
probably demisexual.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
really a
I-
connection.
I don't connect. If I'm not emotionally attracted to you or emotionally connected to you, then I'm probably not gonna be sexually. That's what I learned actually from the gummy worm dick thing. That's pretty much like the moral of it.
Well, that's why you were
was that-
gummied. From her, because of you weren't attracted to her.
But that's kind of why what I learned over time in my, I guess, celibacy or like my 3 years was like, well, now I've gotten closer to my dick and I understand that I don't need like it's not that I'm like it's not my dick doesn't work. I'm young and I'm healthy and I'm awesome. It's that I'm just with women that I'm not genuinely interested in.
Okay. And now let me tell you something. That is very astute of you, and that is really very mature for someone who's 21, correct? You're 21?
Sure.
Oh, okay, whatever you are. All right. I like that, sure. Anyway, the point is, I think you got the memo because I think at this point when you're working on yourself, it is about yourself.
Because this is the thing. The only reason why people don't work about themselves is because they're too busy lying to themselves.
Oh, because we've been lied to.
Well, that's why they're lying to themselves. That's why this podcast is called Truthers.
Truthers.
Because nobody here is gonna fucking lie, or you're not on my podcast, or I just don't put it. There's actually been people that I've shot with
Yeah.
that it's not going up because it was just not an honest episode. You know what
I
I
got
mean?
it. No, I got it.
But this is just all about being real because people are scared of the truth. Like, dude, my sister killed herself, and I'm dark as fuck. You know what I mean?
I believe in the
And
darkness.
I have a whole fucking episode of being like, dude, I think that sorry for your loss is bullshit. I think it's.
You're
I
right.
think I think we're all way too selfish to give a shit.
Well, it's not that giving a shit. I think the sorry for your loss, because I said that earlier, is because
Then you're like, I'm gonna defend myself because I did.
No.
I'm
But
I'm
you're
a
right.
victim
it's a
of it.
callback. No, but the thing is this. People tell me that I have a saying: the brightest lights have the darkest nights, and I've been going through. There's a thing called Dark
They
Night of
say
the
the
Soul.
brightest lights have the darkest nuts.
Anyway, I'm trying to do you, bruh. Anyway, but
You bruh.
bruh. Anyway, though I really believe that we are both light and dark, right? You cannot be this bright light without having the darkness. And I experienced depression. I'm
Hell
in
yeah.
therapy again. I've experienced depression, deep depression, over many years. It comes and goes, and people are like, no way. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a human being right now having this experience. And I do think we have to honor those dark feelings. I think they should be spoken about. I don't like that everybody, I tried the Pollyanna way. I might get emotional, and that's okay, because that's just how I roll. I don't think you have to be freaking positive 24/7. It's not reality. Reality is you got to feel your fucking feelings, man.
Yeah.
And some days you feel like shit. And some days you just feel like, what is the point of my fucking existence?
Oh, hell
And-
yeah.
And you know what? I don't like when people are like, oh my God, don't we talk about, and you're like, why? Why can't we have these real conversations about
Yes.
how fucking hard it is to experience this fucking lifetime with what's going on? And it's just like, it's like outside of you, but you're feeling. So denying it, to me, makes the darkness even more consuming because you're not honoring yourself. And again, it comes down to your authentic self. How do you honor your authenticity without honoring, without like what you don't talk about? Like, I'm really feeling like shit today, man. I don't feel it. Like, I'm not feeling a place that I want to be here.
Today?
Can we? No, I'm just saying right now, like, why aren't we having these conversations?
Wait,
People
so
get
you're saying,
uncomfortable.
are you saying like denying the darkness is the problem?
Yes.
So that's why I don't know if you if you stalked my Instagram, you're like 50 something, so you probably have somebody else who like runs your page and you don't know what the hell you're doing. But,
No,
but I'm just kidding.
darling.
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 Oh my god. So no, what I'm saying is my whole analogy. I said this on TV in Israel actually is what, and this is what my sister taught me, and it's about the dark side of the moon, and that's why my favorite album actually is The Dark Side of the Moon, Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd. I saw that. I keyed on that.
Awesome. Good eye.
I saw it
but
earlier.
but because it's like there is no dark side of the moon really. As a matter
because-
of fact, it's all dark, and we just see the light. You know what I mean? But we choose not to see the dark, but it's there. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. That's why I have this joke, and it's based on a true story. And it's my sister used to struggle with, like, she was struggling with depression, and she had this reference about the dark side of the moon. She would say, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. And I know she was referencing her depression, but now I like to use that message as a
Love
way
it.
to warn girls about my small penis.
Did he have to go there? Does it always go back down to the dick?
No,
I
but
know.
I will say this. That's what she taught me. Is she taught me to see the darkness. That's why on her tombstone when we were writing it, my mom wanted to write like this like nice happy thing, and I'm like, fuck that. Write this, and then I put something for her to write. And now one of the lines on it says, "Thank you for showing us all the sides of the moon," because she showed us the dark and the light. Like, she was depressed and dark and pessimistic and just fucking hated everything. And we were always like, stop that. But now I'm like, nah, dude, fuck yeah. Embrace that shit. Because you know what? A lot of people think that success is happiness. And a lot of people are like, oh, what do you want to be? What do you want to do? Oh, I just want to be happy. I want to be. Wait, so let me understand this. What is happiness, real quick? Happiness is an emotion. So let me get this straight. You want to just experience an emotion your whole life? Like, you're like what do you want to, like, I ask people, like, what is success for you? What do you want in life? And they say, I want to be happy. That doesn't even sound like something nice.
It's not realistic.
If
either.
you're happy your entire life, then you will never know what it's like to experience happiness because you're not experiencing sadness. So you're not experiencing the opposite of
Thank
it.
you. It's kind of like death.
need
If we
it.
were immortal, what would be the point of this goddamn existence if we were immortal?
It's the whole thing with the 84,000 seconds, $84,000.
But I'm
The
glad there's an end
$84,000 exactly would be
I'm
useless.
glad. Let me tell you something. I am glad. I hate when people are like, oh, I want to live a long life. Why? Why? I don't need to be here 100 years. If I'm going to, and if that's what the plan is, fine. But I don't need to be here to do what I need to do.
But if it's that short, don't you feel like you should be having more sex?
And we're back. And we're back. I love the whole full circle. But I don't derive success from sex. And for me, it's not, well, why aren't you having it?
we're talking about you right
Oh,
now.
okay, it's
Wait,
all about
so
me?
wait. Why?
I love that it's all about
we'll,
me.
we'll talk about me in a second.
Okay.
But are you dating at all? Are you going on dates?
No, I'm not interested in dating
You're
at
not, so
all.
you're not even dating guys or
No.
girls.
No, I'm not interested in dating.
Have you had sex with a woman?
No.
So you
I didn't say not yet, not yet.
okay? So let me understand this.
I've had
Are you-
like fun with girls in the past, college days and post college actually.
Are you kissing?
I'm not doing anything.
You haven't are you telling me you haven't kissed a guy
I'll tell
in
you
25 years?
No, that's not true. You didn't let me finish. So the last person I
don't
kissed.
let any woman finish. That
That's
was
terrible.
supposed to
That's
be
so
a sex
selfish.
joke.
I know it's very
But then it
selfish.
turned into a misogynistic joke
Yeah.
that's gonna make people hate me. But you know what? This gets like 8 views. So who's really gonna hate me? All right. So you're saying
What was I saying? I think the last time I had a makeout sesh.
I lose 7 fans. I'm the 8th view, so I'm pretty much gonna lose my 7 subscribers.
Do you really only have 7 subscribers? No, okay. I'm like, please. Because I like the fact that you're doing
I
this
have 9.
truthers. You have 9, okay, great. You might have me as a 10. I don't know.
Yeah, we're double
Maybe.
digits.
Oh, maybe. I think the last time I kissed somebody, it was that dude that I went out with like once or twice, and that was 7, 8 years ago.
So for 8 years, you haven't even touched.
No, I didn't even touch
lips.
his dick 7, 8 years ago.
No lips.
It was just, no, I don't think so. Oh my God, no.
Have you ever touched a pussy that wasn't yours?
No.
So when was
I've
the
done
last
the
time you touched your
tatas.
pussy? Do you fuck yourself?
I don't fuck myself, but I enjoy myself, but I'm not thinking of myself.
No, I'm not saying if you fuck yourself, like do you fuck yourself and think about yourself? I'm
Okay,
saying
'cause
like
we just had that.
do you masturbate?
I do.
When was the last time you masturbated?
I would say maybe 5 nights ago. Should I not be revealing that?
Bro, this is the Truthers podcast. You
Yeah,
should
I
be
mean, I'm
everything.
revealing that.
So you're
God, do I want that
so
out
wait,
there?
let me get this straight. So you were fingering yourself and you're
Oh my God, we're gonna go down this
yes,
road?
and you're not thinking about yourself.
No.
So that means you're thinking about
don't have
other
that.
people.
Well-
So you're thinking about other people
I don't know.
and masturbating.
Well, that's
so,
the thing. I have to be honest. Sometimes it's just a physical release that you just need to do. And I got to be honest. Sometimes you have a headache and you got to release it. I'm not kidding.
okay, but what are you releasing it to?
Oh my God. This is going to sound terrible.
No, it won't.
Because it's, sometimes you want to like do it to famous people and stuff, and I can't. I just have none. There's not even the only person I really like, but I don't use him for masturbation is Larry David. But that's a whole nother. I love Larry David, but that has nothing to do with it. Believe it
He's
or
actually
not,
one of my 7 subscribers, but all right, go ahead.
Larry David,
Yeah.
sure, okay. I love him. I do. He got married during COVID. All right, I'm deflecting. Believe it or not, sometimes I think about my douchey ex. But that's because
From
it's the last
25
person.
years ago?
Yes, because it's the last person, and you're just like, eh.
So you said douchey, so I'm assuming he was a bad guy.
Well, you know what? I don't want to bring him into this. We dated on and off for 10 years. It was a whole thing, and it didn't end well.
Mhm.
And that's not why I'm celibate.
Maybe it is.
No, because I also went through health stuff and things like that, which was also a state of dis-ease. That's a whole nother thing. Spiritual journey. See, that's another thing. For women especially, I can't speak for men, and I don't even know if this does happen for males, but when you enter the 30s, it's a very interesting decade
Why?
because you start realizing everything that was in the 20s that you thought was part of what you're supposed to be is bullshit. Because the frontal lobe is not developed. Your consequence area of the brain is not developed till you're 26, 27. That's why we do stupid shit.
Wow.
That is a fact.
Fuck. That's
That's a
actually
fact.
that means that I actually only have 6 or 7 more years to
Blame it on the fact that you don't have your...
to like really experience life.
Well, I mean, you are experiencing life, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is this.
Oh, without thinking about the consequences?
I feel like if you really want to succeed in an industry, like here's the thing. I don't believe in the objective success.
Okay.
Part of my success has to do with, like mastering the art form of comedy and like really dominating the industry.
Okay.
And in order to do that,
But do you think that is a spiritual need or an egoic need?
I think
I don't even know if egoic is a real word, but that's okay.
I think no, a lot of the words in this podcast are made up, but
Doink.
truthers. but I will say that maybe a mix of both.
Which
You
is
know?
okay though. You realize
Because I
that.
don't I don't need to dominate the comedy field. I don't need to be at the top. And if I died not at the top, I don't give a shit. But I would but I have something to strive for. And that's what I like. Is that
There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
And this is the thing, when I ask that question, I don't mean it to be judgy, because the way it comes out is, excuse me, it wasn't meant that way. I should preface it with, we are spirit and ego.
But
We
it's
are
not. But it's not judgy. It's the truth.
Right,
It's
but
like
ego's not
'cause
a bad
everything.
thing.
But everything we do is has to do with ego. Like you're telling me you're not selfish. Like if you
No,
give,
I
if
know
you,
that.
if
That's
you,
what I'm saying. We're
if
still
you gave a
egos.
homeless person $1, did you give him $1 because you care about him and want him to use that and have $1?
Right, I know. No,
Why'd
no,
you
no.
Why'd you give him $1? Do you
No,
give
but
homeless
when I
people money?
asked you, no, I don't actually.
Why
There's
not?
too many of them.
You look at this. You see this box of chips?
Oh, is that for them?
Yeah, I don't eat this
See,
garbage.
see that I think is a lot more important to do than give everyone $1 and $2 and what have you.
Because they're gonna buy drugs.
Well, I don't know. Also, I think, unfortunately, I don't want to get in the homeless. There's a lot of mental issues going on with that, and it's not just the homeless people. It's it's interesting, but we are here. This is the thing. It's a balance, right? Yin yang, but it's a balance of spirit and ego. And I think as a human being, we've come here to experience what being human is. Because in spirit form, if we were just spiritual beings all day, we'd be like, la, 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 om shanti shanti. And that's fine and all, but we still have to pay bills. We still have to live somewhere, right? Or you can make the choice to be homeless. It doesn't make a difference. The point is, ego is, there is a purpose to ego. It's the thing that provides you the impetus to choose to, like, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to strive for something. So that I do think it's necessary. My issue, and I think it's not my issue, is when ego overtakes the truth of who you are. And
Yeah.
that's when it's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to screw over this person. I'm going to be a motherfucker, and I don't give a shit. It's all about my thing, and this is what I'm striving for, and I will do
That
what I need to
happens
do.
a lot.
We know that. And I'm
Yeah.
not, once again,
Yeah.
that's what society has taught us, though, right?
I mean, yes and no.
Maybe it's
because-
swinging back to realize.
No, that's the repressed thing that society has taught us. Like that's the part that's like not like openly taught us. Like we're taught actually against that. Like treat us the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
The golden rule.
But
blah,
what's
blah,
the
blah.
reality?
But the reality is that like I think that because we were taught those things, that's why we have that rebellious nature to have that like mindset. Is because when you were a kid, you rebel against your parents. Whatever they told you, you just wanted to do the opposite. So as a parent, the smart thing to do is just agree with them and tell them to do the things that they like it's okay, and now they have nothing to rebel against. So like we do that with ourselves. It's like treat us the way you want to be treated. Nah, I'm selfish. I deserve the best. I deserve this. That's like that's what grows in the background. I
But
think.
do you know that
when you learn
90%
that.
of what children are, that they learn is from actions, what they see, not from words. So what's going on is, no, it's actually factual. 90% is
bet.
what they see. So people are telling us to be kind and do all this stuff. But what we're seeing is, I like the faces, what we're seeing is quite the opposite of people that are supposedly successful. And not everybody that's successful is this. Let's preface that. This is not a blanket statement, but we do see people that get ahead that are doing terrible things that are not inherently good people. Perhaps that's
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
so. This is where the actions
name
speak louder
some.
than words. No, let's not name some because we're not here to. My thing is this. We could go on and
let me
on.
get this straight.
We could go
So
on forever.
You think you're an inherently good person?
I think I am an inherently good person.
Do you want to be famous?
You know what I would like, and I'm going to be honest with you.
Maybe not.
Okay, maybe I won't. I would like to use fame as a platform to do good stuff.
Yeah. So you want to be famous?
Well, in the sense of, is it famous, or is it maybe I could do something good with the platform?
there's
Can you
that-
use
that-
something as a
That's
stepping
a way.
stone?
That's a way to rationalize it.
Okay.
But I think that the reason why we don't admit to wanting fame is because it's pathetic.
Is it pathetic to want to be famous?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, think of it like this: like everyone's like, who are you to want? Like, because you don't tell people like maybe as a kid, like I want to be famous, and you tell people, but like,
No,
but
I never did that as a kid.
well,
I
not
wanted
you,
to-
not you.
But I think it's also, if you have gifts and you want to share it with the world, why not get paid for it?
that's what I'm saying.
So that's the thing. Why not get paid and make money on your gifts? And
Well,
the thing
yeah,
is,
yeah. Like,
that's what I'd like to do, is make a living as an actor and a singer. That's my background.
well,
I'm
okay,
a singer.
so that's what I'm saying is that we all. I think that
to be able to
not
pay
everyone,
bills.
not everyone, but a lot of people would like to be famous. But there's two reasons why people want to be famous. there's a lot of people who really have an art or a craft that they want to master, and in order to be successful in this specific industry,
Mhm.
it is necessary or sometimes a very successful and useful byproduct to have fame and have fans and have a backbone and know people in a specific field or industry to help
Okay.
you grow. And by seeing your fame, they take the time to check out your craft and help you grow as well, blah blah blah. But then there's the superficial reason. There's the people who just grew up with like this like lack of attention or trauma, or like mommy or daddy didn't focus or give them too much attention, and now they need to find their attention somewhere else. So there they go to the screen, to the platform, and now they need to get their word out. They need to say stuff. They need to get the attention that mommy and daddy never gave them,
But what?
and they do that by
Okay.
just finding and trying to figure out any possible way to get on a screen. It was really funny how you were gonna cut me off and then you didn't because I just enunciated like the beginning of a word and you were just like, all right.
No, I mean, I don't disagree. I know what you're saying, but I don't think that. I think that when you can use your platform for good.
So you're doing it the A version, the
Well,
one.
I don't know if I'm doing the A version because also all right, so I do the gram. And I think well, no, I think social media, if it's used correctly, can be a really wonderful tool. Like I follow people that are very inspirational to me. And that I feel like when I'm not feeling my best, I can look to them and be like, hey, and if they're relatable. See, that's
Yeah.
another thing. Relatability. I like the underdogs, right? I want to hear the people that
We
have
all
come
like
up.
the underdogs.
Well, but the problem is today, so many people we're seeing, they're already coming from some sort of back, not all people, but some people are already coming with the background of having already the fame or the privilege and what have you. So for me, it's more interesting when someone has come from nothing and has just done, you know, gotten
no,
like,
I was like this van. This
oh,
this is nothing.
is it nothing?
Not to me. You know what? Yes and no. I say this a lot. When you have nothing, you have nothing to lose.
Amen.
And living in this van has taught me that I don't need anything more than what I have now, which is nothing, and anything more that I get is just a gift, and I'm just grateful for it.
Now, will you enjoy? Well, this is my one question to you. So you were saying you want to dominate in your
That's why
career.
that's why I'm probably gonna kill myself at some point because
Mm.
I think that at one point when I do have a lot more, which I will, it's gonna like make me lose what I know now. Like I think this is probably the best time of my life because
I-
because I have nothing,
Okay.
and then when one day I'll have so much that I'll forget how to be happy.
But
Unless I recognize that.
well, that's why you need to surround yourself with people that are going to keep you humble, and that are just not going to be yes people.
Right. I think I believe in myself so much, and like, I mean, first of all, I put in the effort, I put in the work to believe in myself, so I know, like, I will achieve all my forms of success because I'm already succeeding, because
You're walking your own path,
I'm fucking paving the way, dude.
and it's
And
your path, and no one needs to follow your footsteps. That's the
I don't
point.
want, dude. Yeah, follow my footsteps. You know what I mean?
Or find your own.
I haven't found. I mean, maybe they exist, or maybe it's happened in the past. But like, this is like this whole life is fucking awesome and crazy, and it's a adventure every day.
I
And
love that. I wish I had that. Honestly, no. Like it's funny because I've been saying to my mom for the past year, I'm like, I wish I could just fuck it all and go live in my truck and
why
just
not?
Well, that's what I'm trying to
Wanna-
say. I
I
don't
mean,
think I have that. I'm
is
being
it
honest.
because you're a
It's-
woman?
No, because I see young girls doing it. I'm seeing people do it all the
But
time.
you said you're both, right? You're like both.
Yeah, but I'm
masculine.
seeing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. No, what I'm saying is, it's not about being a woman or not. I don't think I have that fortitude. It does take something else, and I don't think I have that yet. To just like be like, screw this. I'm doing this is the last. You know what I'm saying?
Because you have that consequence thing in your brain.
I don't know if it's
that's
consequence.
slowing you down. That's why I said I only have like 6 years because after that,
But
then
there are
my
people my
consequence
age that
thing-
do this.
Well, here's the thing. My goal is to never let that shit fuck me, because I think that's six. I think that after that
Frontal lobe
frontal
part
lobe
of it.
kicks in, that's when your rebellious nature starts to subside and die. And
But I don't think you're rebellious. I think that you're just walking to your own beat, man. I think you're doing your own thing. And I don't think that's being rebellious. I think that's just like, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it. And this is how I'm going to live my life. So I would put it out there. Please don't put it out that once this thing gets developed, you're not going to be this.
Oh
And
yeah,
please
yeah, yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah.
And I
No, no,
also
no.
don't want you thinking that once you reach your level of egoic success, and that's once again not in a bad way, that you're going to give up who your true, like what's really going on in you, your ethics
Yeah,
and the way you
I
live
never
your
want to
life.
lose that
I
because
don't think you will.
yeah, yeah. And you're 53, and I don't think you like you're an expression of that.
I mean, I still think though, and this is once again truthers, still there is that part of Jesus Christ, because I do laugh about it. I'm like, God, on paper, I'm such a failure in life, but I don't give a fuck. Because I'm like, you can make six
But
figures.
what
You
is
can,
on paper? It's just the objective
that's exactly
sheep's
it.
mentality
Correct.
version of
But,
success.
you
But
know,
who cares about those people? Because in my eyes, those people aren't succeeding.
no. But what
You
I'm
know what I
saying
mean?
is, I laugh at that because I'm like, you're not Rosie. But at the other point, I'm like, okay, Rosie, you're living as much as you can. But I will say, I do struggle at times when this is living in the present, living in the now, and that can be debilitating. And I think that's what the problem is. Going back to call back to the beginning of we're always striving, that we're missing the now. We're not spending those 84,000 seconds. So
But I think that striving is a mixture of both. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I think that when you're striving for something, then and you really love what you're striving for, then you're living in the moment because you're doing what you want now and you love it, and it's also an investment for your future because you're following your purpose. You know,
You're right.
but no,
Because today I was doing like some self tape work and editing what I'm sending in for something. And it's funny because I sat there and I was like, have no expectations. And that's the first time, that's what I've realized, to have no expectations.
I think there's a point in life when you get to a point where you're like, I don't
Give a fuck.
give a fuck.
Like Dua Lipa song.
Dude, like I don't even know, but I don't
Good
even know.
song.
Maybe I'll check it out. But it's like you just
Yes.
you're like, all right, I can burn this bridge, but fuck it. Like I'll still succeed. I can lose this amount of money, but fuck it, I'll still win. I can lose this investment, but fuck it, I'll risk it and do it anyway. And if I succeed, I will. If I lose, I'll lose. And
But
it's
are
just
you really losing? Because if you grow into the person you've
no.
always wanted to be, then that's the win.
That's the thing is that like take all the risks, do everything, do it
Agreed.
all, send all the emails, go on all the things, fuck all
Without
the women,
expectations.
no
Oh, but fuck all the
expectations.
women, but you're not doing that.
No. So you're gonna ask me now why I'm not doing
So,
it?
well, yeah, I would like to know that because I think it's very admirable in the sense of to be young and to not want to, because I mean I know there is a physical urge.
Sometimes there is.
I mean,
and
you're a man, and also this is also biological for men. Men. I think isn't there a fact that men think about sex like every 7 seconds or something like that?
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Okay.
I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah, bruh.
I like whenever I see an attractive woman,
Yeah.
like my man brain kicks in. It's like, dude, fuck it. And then here's the thing. The partly the reason like why I'm not having sex, and the reason I say partly is because like there's a bunch of reasons, but it's also like, yo, I'm so focused on this. Like comedy is my baby.
Okay.
I am married
I
to
like
the
that.
game. All right. And this is what I care about. I even told this girl that I'm talking to now
Yeah.
the truth, which is that comedy is my number one.
Good.
And it always will be.
Good.
And it will be there before any woman. I even told it to my mom.
Hey now, mom is always coming first.
Hey, you don't
okay.
even have kids, dude. What are you talking about?
It doesn't make a difference.
Wait,
because
you don't want kids?
No.
Why?
I have nieces and nephews, but I will say this: it's never been a thing for me. I've never wanted to get married, and I've never wanted kids.
Do you think you're hot?
Oh my God. I think I'm actually a very good looking woman. Yeah, I think I'm very attractive.
Even dressed like that?
You know what though? I'm attractive to myself in the sense of I like the way I look. When I see in the mirror,
Wait, so did you feel like masculine today? Is that why you put this on?
this is one of my fave outfits. I love
Really?
up until I used to have short blonde punky hair, okay, like a faux hawk shave, very fucking cool. And a lot of my pictures of me in men's blazers, and I dress the way I'm feeling. It's kind of like I don't know. Some days I'm feeling my masculine, but what is masculine? What's feminine? Maybe this is just clothing. For me, it's expression.
Damn.
Like, why can't it just be that this is Rosie DeCandia today? Yeah, and I'm expressing myself in the blue. I don't know. I just love the freaking jacket. I love the flannel. I love my freaking monster boots that have gold glitter in them. They're freaking
Yeah.
awesome, okay?
All right.
So I'm like that 5-year-old that wakes up every day and says to her mother, I want to wear my red cowboy boots. And she'll wear that every
the
day.
imagination.
What do I
Never
like?
went
That thing
away.
is she's expressing herself. I love when children, if we study children, you know who the greatest teachers are, our children. So
Yeah.
they always say when you're starting out in acting, go to a park and watch children play. And we don't mean it in a terrible way, okay? Why? Because
I bet a pedophile who's already they're like a pedophile getting an acting. They're like, go to a park and watch children play. He's like, I do
exactly.
that at 5 every day anyway. Like I'm already.
Yeah, I already got my career
Like,
going.
hey, I'm already a successful actor. Okay, I watch kids play all the time.
Well, I mean, I shouldn't promote
Should I have
that.
sex with them too? Because I do that already. All right.
Well, the point is, you watch children play, they are so in the moment. They believe it. If they're pirates, if they're playing whatever game, they're so realistic. They're in the moment. And then we take them out. Because then we're just like, no, you can't do this. If the girl or the boy, whatever they want to wear, if I don't care, they want to wear the tutu, but society says no, let them wear the friggin' tutu. I don't care. And if they want to wear it every day to school and it is their favorite friggin' tutu, I'm going to get very emotional about it, let them wear it. It's enough with this BS of telling people you need to look like this, you need to express yourself this way. It is so, the puritanical notion here in this country is out of control. How many years later? It's like we came here to express our essence. Our essence is what is alive within us. This freaking bodysuit is a suit, man. It is not who we are, but the essence of us, and that we can use our suit, our meat suit. We can use it to express what's going on internally. That's why I love clothing, hair, makeup, shoes. I don't give a fuck. If I want to wear it, I'm wearing it. And I encourage anybody to express yourself the way you want to. Because let me tell you something. Life is too freaking short not to be who the frig you are. Your essence, man. Your essence is what people see. And when I see someone shining bright and walking down the street, and I don't give a fuck, I will go up to them and be like, oh my God, I love that outfit. I don't care. I will compliment them. I don't care because I see their God essence. And when I say God, I don't mean a man in the sky. My belief is we're all a representation. It's an essence, man. And tapping into that freaking essence and shining it for no one who cares just to shine it. That's the beauty of life. And I am probably going to cry because it's taken me a long time because I used to dim my light. I used to play small because I was bullied for singing and acting at a young age. I started in show business at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. And, you dim your light because people can't handle that when you're just being you, right? You're a kid, you're just being you. And then you dim it. And then you find out, what the hell? I'm not expressing myself who I authentically am. So, expression.
Yeah.
It is all about that. Sorry, I get like on a tirade about it. Are you okay over there? It's
I
a
liked
lot.
it.
Okay. And I'm like, is it a lot for you? I know
No,
I can be.
I that was the first time I heard my inner thoughts and my opinions expressed through another person's mouth without saying it out loud first. And I was just like, dude, fuck yeah. Because that is probably the realest thing I've heard in a very long time. Because I think that everything in the physical world, in the physical realm, is just a medium for us to express ourselves. This podcast in itself, fashion first, and I'll get to that. But this podcast is just a medium for me to express my ideas and share my ideas with others and learn from others and listen to others and then hopefully contribute to some larger form of value that I can give to even more people.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm also very selfish, and I'm like, yeah, I have things to say and the world needs to hear it, and I want to do a podcast so people can hear what I have to say, so that when I die, at least there'll be something out there, which is why I don't care how many views or likes or money or followers I have or get, because when I die, it's going to be there, and that's all that matters. It's going to be in the world, and then after, it can get the views and the stuff, and then that's when it'll matter. And I don't care if it happens before or after I die, as long as people get to hear it. But that's one form of expression. That's like, then I this ever since I was a kid, I always saw fashion not as the way that people see it. I always saw clothing not as the way people see it, because people see clothing as like, oh, I gotta put clothing on because it's clothes, and I gotta
Mm.
wear clothes because it covers my body. I gotta put on this suit, gotta put on this belt, this pants. I was like, fuck that. No, dude. You know how powerful clothing is. You know how powerful fashion is. You can, and this is you're literally a shapeshifter, like in your flesh. You know what I mean? Like you can be anything, anytime, any day, anywhere, whenever you want, whatever you want, however you want. There's no limits. There's only the
Yeah.
limits of that fucking light and how bright you want to shine, because a lot of people don't want to cross those boundaries of male, masculine, and feminine, and whatnot, which is why a lot of men just wear basic clothing. You know what I mean? And that's the confusion I always had as a kid, because I always I liked both of like the clothings and stuff.
Yeah.
But just because I was like, well, why do women get this shit and then we get this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that like what is a woman and a man? How do you mix it up? How do you really do it? You know what I mean? Like what's the right way to like dress? But here's a really cool thing. Fashion is really powerful because you don't even realize how powerful fashion is. I mean, you might, but think about it like this. You go out looking like that, right? Like let's say you did that and then you cut your hair and then you didn't wear makeup and you just wore this outfit,
And I've done that in the past.
and like you can trick people. I'm not saying like you should trick people, but I'm saying that like you can really play with your look to play with the role that you play in society,
Mm-hmm.
and really play with like other people's ideas, interpretations of who you are based on the way you dress. Like that's how powerful
I agreed.
your looks are, is that you can literally play pretend your whole life. You can literally shapeshift. Like here's the thing. Today I'm wearing this.
Okay.
I have a SpongeBob onesie in there.
See, we could have been in onesies.
We could have.
You should have told me, bitch.
And I'm gonna wear it to the comedy store tomorrow. I want to look like a little ass kid. Right now I look like I'm a little bit more mature, more attractive, more fuckable. But when I wear that fucking SpongeBob thing, I'm gonna look like a 12-year-old, or I'm gonna look like a 20-year-old, a 20-year-old and a 12-year-old's look. Like, here's the thing. I have also like pretty feminine outfits. I have like these women's pants that are dope, dude.
And they probably look really great on you too.
they fucking do, bro. I look phenomenal.
I believe
and,
it.
And when I and when I wear that like you know what the cool thing is, you're treated differently too, which is interesting. Is that like like people interpret you differently, both like like rationally, like but also like sexually. You know what I mean?
True.
Like here's the thing. So I have a fit that is like more on the feminine side, and it looks gay. Like it looks gay.
Okay.
But I'm not gay, but I look gay when I wear it. So I get more eyes. I get less eyes from women, and then more eyes from
The guys.
straight guys and
Oh.
and gay guys. And then the women look at me, but they look at me in a sense of like yes, like we're friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it's like you both got it twisted, and I could fuck with both of you right now. But then there's also like the harm in that, because I'm like, but I want to fuck this girl.
But you don't.
But what?
But you don't.
But I'm not.
Exactly.
It's not that I
Because-
don't, but I'm not.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But you don't because you're not doing it.
Right.
Well, I agree with you in
But
terms
I'm
of
learning about
shapeshift.
myself, and I
That's
get
the point.
and I get to learn about myself through the clothing, through
It's
the
expression.
through the expression, through this podcast, through my stand up, through going out into the world and talking to people, through flying
Connection.
to Philadelphia, through flying to San Francisco, through talking to my parents, through talking to you, through putting on a specific shoes, through buying a camera, through jerking off. I'm always learning about everything all the time. I'm learning about myself. I'm learning
But
about.
that's the journey of the life, and that's the point. Full circle.
No, you know what? That's not the purpose of life.
I think it is.
I
I
think the
think it is
purpose of
about
life is
learning.
not learning. I think the purpose of life
It's
is
forgetting,
no. I
creating.
don't think the purpose of life is learning. I think the purpose of life is unlearning.
Perhaps when I say learning, though, what you said before, unlearning what we've been taught to learn who we truly are. Or maybe to unlearn what we've been taught, or did you say this earlier, to express who we truly are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you said shapeshifter, I always say chameleon. I'm a chameleon.
Yeah, that's actually I put that when it asks for my gender, I always put shapeshifter.
I love that. I think it's,
Like on emails and stuff.
I like that. I
Yeah.
think that to me is very forward thinking, and that's where I'm excited to see. I love that people can have these conversations.
But don't get me wrong, I do think the whole gender pronoun thing is the most annoying fucking thing on this planet.
Well,
I think that's gotten way too out of hand, and it just needs to fucking like. I think that just takes aside the point of expression. It's like, dude, can we not just fucking express ourselves and not worry about like the fucking labels attached? Just be your fucking self and stop
But I
worrying
think-
about
but wait a
how
second.
people interpret you. Obviously, people are gonna interpret you differently if you're not appealing to the regular restrictions and codes of society. So why are you fucking tripping when people who are restricted and playing to the rules and codes of society fuck up the way you're playing against it? Dude, you're playing against it. The fact that people are fucking up your shit is good. It means you're not like them and you're not like regular. Like fucking, dude, who cares, dude? You know what my pronouns are? Is it observe? That's how people refer to me from now on. And if you fuck that up, you're an idiot. That's
yeah,
how
but
stupid
I think
people are.
I don't know. I mean, for me, but we've been talking about society and all its rules. So someone came up with the his, the her, the that, the thing. So at this point,
We're just redefining it.
right, why not? So the point is, you want to express yourself. Like you said, you've always loved fashion. That was your innate. As a child, you innately do not know feminine, masculine. We don't.
We
just
were taught that.
correct. So this he, she shit, and I'm even trying to understand it because as an older person, I do go down Wikipedia to see. I want to keep up on what terminology is going on. I don't want to be that asshole that's not educated because hey, guess what, man? Change is constant. And I don't want to be left in the dust and be that old fucking dinosaur. Like, I don't want to talk to that bitch, man. She don't even know about this shit. Because I think it's important for me to also know, all right, I want to respect people as I'd like to be respected. So if someone says, hey, listen, I'm a they, them, or hey, God bless
But
you.
that's if
Thank
they
you.
say it first. Like I hate when people like instantly assume that like I'm gonna get it right. But it's also just as annoying, I think, to go up to someone and just be like, "Hey, just so I don't fuck it up, what are your pronouns?" Like how? What is the correct way to? I mean, there's obviously a politically correct way to do it, but I also think that it's just the way that it's taken out of hand
Okay.
is just like because look what
I
you're
see
saying
what
what you're saying is correct. I will respect someone
Oh, I
who's
know.
like hey, I want to be a they them, I want to be referred to as a she her, refer to me as that. I'll be like, fuck yeah, embrace yourself, do your thing. But there's people who are like, this is my whole fucking personality, this is my life, and I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Imagine though if we made everybody they them. Let's have that kind of conversation where it's just like, why don't we take away this whole bullshit about it's a he, he's a she? Because maybe we are just they thems. What aren't
maybe
we just
in our
all?
maybe in our gender, but like sex like reproductively, it makes sense that there's a she her and a he him.
But someone labeled it that.
Okay, but are we supposed to just like okay? So I guess
What I'm
I guess
saying about
everyone
the
being they
labeling-
them. Yeah.
What I'm saying
yeah.
about the labeling, because you just said label prior when you were talking about it, is that we are so programmed to label everybody. But you just said how as a kid you inherently just were drawn to whether it was women's, whatever's fashion.
Yeah.
That's the point. It was labeled women's clothing, men's clothing. So now we've been labeled he, she. So you appear, I'm Rosie DeCandia, so you must be a she. But it'd be just interesting. This is a very, like, I'm just coming up with this.
Damn,
You're a
dude.
them, it's they. Okay, I just met with them.
So
They were really cool. Yeah, I met with Guy. They were really cool. I don't know. Imagine we just changed the whole game.
dude,
The whole game.
I think trans people are the future, dude.
Well, I think at the end of
I think in like 30 years, everyone is gonna be trans.
I mean, you know what I say? I say.
You know why? You know what?
Why?
I think this. I don't think everyone's gonna be trans. I think that being trans is gonna be like the choice. Like as a kid, you're like, all right, what do you? This is how you were born. Now, what do you choose? You know
Um,
what I mean? And then you could be anything, like man, woman, dog, cat, like like
I don't.
you know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
I understand what you're saying, but I kind of feel this is how I feel because I felt like this 30 years ago. Why do I have to identify as anything? Like I know I identify as a woman. That's what I'm female right now. This is how I feel. But I don't know what is that. So can't we just be spiritual beings,
Mm.
just having this freaking existence, and just being like, okay, you know, I have to be honest, I deal with body size issues because I'm going through menopause, this whole thing, gaining weight, whatever, and I'm not comfortable in my body. And
Okay.
so for somebody to come into existence and not be comfortable in the body that they're not comfortable in it. Wow. That's I can't imagine that. And I feel that way. And this is not the same thing at all. Okay. This is not like, oh my God, so you don't feel comfortable in your body. It's the same as a trans person.
You're trans fat.
No. Stay away from those trans fats. But the point is,
All right.
I think it's very important that we as a collective society understand everybody's fucking purpose here is to live their own goddamn life. Again, with the essence. So
But that's a cool thing what you just said. Is
about,
that like the whole like
I say
there-
a lot, so you
I
have
know.
to remind me.
the whole like what if there would just is no identity?
Right.
And that's why I think this time is the time of change because this is a revolutionary time
Yes.
where humans are evolving consciously again. And this is what I mean. Monkeys are just male and female, right? And we're monkeys in a way. And monkeys that are not where we are yet are there's no gender. It's just like I'm a man, I'm a male monkey, you're a female monkey. I'm gonna fuck you and make more monkeys. But we are at a point where we're like, okay, our sex is male and female, but we can play with it more now and we can like redefine the roles and now there is no real identity and we can be anything. So I think that like now we're redefining what it means to be animals. So I think we're not like not animals anymore, but I think we used to be animals
Right. We've
like
just evolved.
but we're now in the conscious process of evolving as we speak today. We're evolving into something beyond what animals are, and a lot of people who are older who experienced like the majority of their life differently in like the animal brain can't really comprehend what Gen Z is doing because they're like, okay, I've lived my whole life as an animal. That's what animals are. And a lot of these people are protesting and preaching in the name of animals. Every time they're like, oh, this shouldn't be that way. Gender shouldn't be this way. I think what those people are doing is they're like, we should remain animals. We should remain this. And then what Gen Z and like all like people like all these other activists are doing are like we are more than animals. We're evolving beyond what animals are now. We're turning into something more. And then those people are like, we're against it, which is why I really do think that this whole fucking, as annoying as it is right now, this whole like non-binary, like all that stuff, while I'm saying like I'm annoying as in like how seriously
No, no, no,
people are
but-
taking it, but just because they're trying to make the change and they I guess they kind of have to be
They
annoying
have
to make
to
the
do it.
change. It's gonna be the fucking change, and it's gonna be the breaking point where humans become more than animals.
Well, this is the thing. If you believe in three-dimensional life and that we're evolving to a 5D world, and this is where it's talking about energy and once again, please, we got to stop thinking we are just humans. We came here to really experience human existence, but we are still, for me, a spiritual beam of light. So if we want to evolve and vibrate at a higher level, we do need to evolve and think outside the box because the box is something that was put on us, which is not the truth,
That's
man.
the unlearning that we're doing.
Right.
now.
So at this point, I know I get it. I don't want to be driving down my throat all this non-binary and what have you, but they do need to keep telling us
Oh,
because
yeah.
people like me and older, and there might be some young people that don't appreciate it, but we do need to know because change is constant. This is the truth. I'm an empath, so I feel things deeply. So if I cry and stuff, I feel other people's energy. It's a weird thing, but it's a thing out there. If you look up empath, it's very spiritual. It's a very deeply, like, you are so connected to human beings that I feel your pain. If you talk about something like when you were talking about your sister, I was starting to tear up. It's not because I feel sorry for you. It's just I feel there's just energy. So my thing is, my hope, honestly, for the world would be a world where people are inherently good human beings and don't look at you for what you own, what you can do for them. Actually just see the light within and just see a human, like just see a person walk by and being like, my soul acknowledges your soul. And this suit is beautiful because you're wearing it, because your actual essence is what's emanating from you.
Yeah.
And I think all these changes of people, what they're doing, they are matching what their soul and their essence came here to do. So they have to express themselves whatever way you need to express yourself and to actually live and thrive and have the successful life of loving who you are and expressing yourself. Then I support that. And I would love a world where every day we could be in celebration of it, instead of degrading people and marginalizing people and discriminating people because they're different. Because I'm not of this generation, but when I was growing up, just being someone who could sing or act or maybe did have different beliefs, because I've always walked my own path, I was picked on. So I just can't imagine being, that's the thing about being a pioneer. People have to do this. And I just hope that this world will change. Sorry, maybe not sorry. I'm just feeling spirit. That this place could be a place we can embody and really celebrate what it's like to live here and make this planet a beautiful place, and we're destroying it. And I hope that this change, all the future, really does happen. And if I'm here to see it, great. And if I'm not, that's okay. But if I could also be somebody that could support it and use my voice to do that, then that's really the important thing of life.
But you know what the sad truth is, Rosie?
See, I know.
There's nobody in the world like that. Just you. We're all just going to keep being a piece of shit. And that's why you've been celibate for 25 years. And why you will continue not having sex.
You're absolutely right.
Guys.
Is it this AO?
No, you're gonna dap me up, and we're gonna cut this off. There will be no change. The world will remain as it is, and Rosie will not have sex with me.
Oh, is that what it
You
is?
suck at dapping up, dude.
I don't even know what a
This
fucking
is,
dapping
dude.
up
She doesn't.
is.
She doesn't even know how to. This is the
I know how to
problem.
floss,
She
though.
hasn't had sex in 25 years. She hasn't
I'm
even.
53.
She hasn't even shaken hands in 25
What
years.
is this? What do you call it?
She hasn't-
Dapping
she
up?
She doesn't. You haven't touched another human being.
That's not true.
I-
Hugs.
You're an amateur at this.
I never did it.
All right, let's have sex.
Yeah, sure.